love the one doing the little steps with their head in the water. Look at him, he's coming over for me. I think I saw you looking at my legs, Josh. You're not allowed to have them. Oh! Whoa. You said that one. Nah. Tash. There's Jackson. 2 tusks. visit ethicality.
Oh, sorry. You got me playing Animal Crossing. If you'd like to keep watching me play, you should go check out the Good Blessings gaming channel. The link in the description will be below. Good morning and good blessings, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day today, and I hope you enjoyed the video you just watched and you go into the zoo. So I decided to do a little recap and talk about some things afterwards. I wanted to talk about going to the zoo because it's kind of a conflict in my mind. And here's why. A lot of people say that zoos are unethical, and I see where they're coming from. Other people will say that they're good, and I also see where they're coming from. So my question is, are zoos really unethical? But more specifically, is my zoo unethical? If you don't know already, I live in the greater Pittsburgh area. So my local zoo is the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. I've been going to that zoo since I was a little kid because I've always lived in the Pittsburgh area. I never once thought if it was ethical or not. So recently I've been going through some old footage and I decided to take all this old footage of me going to the zoo and make it into a video because I thought it would be fun and kind of artsy. While I was editing the video, it kind of made me think if I like zoos or if I don't. So I decided to do some research. All the information you want is basically at your fingertips right here. So I highly suggest you guys start doing some research on political campaigns or the ethicality of companies, or even just start reading. I listen to audiobooks on my phone. It's a great way to read. But I digress. I decided to do some research into the ethicality of Pittsburgh Zoo. After doing a little bit of reading this morning, I was kind of upset by what I found. So a little over 5 years ago, the Pittsburgh Zoo was still an accredited zoo by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. But in August of 2015, they had to relinquish that accreditation. And I'll tell you why. But before I get into why they lost their accreditation, let's talk about what you need to have the accreditation. So the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, or the AZA, has certain guidelines that zoos need to follow to maintain their accreditation. And here's a little bit of information about them. Founded in 1924, the Association of Zoo and Aquarium is a non-profit organization dedicated to the advancement of zoos and aquariums in the areas of conservation, animal welfare, education, science, and recreation. So, if you want to be an accredited zoo, you need to meet certain markers. You need to have proper environments and take care of your animals to the best of your ability. You need to watch which animals you place next to each other in certain exhibits. Now that we know what zoos need to do to maintain that accreditation, what did Pittsburgh do that made them lose their accreditation? So I was doing some research and I read a couple articles that all said that Pittsburgh Zoo doesn't treat their elephants very well. And I was really shocked and very upset because elephants are my favorite animal. But then thinking back, it kind of made sense. I didn't put this portion of the video in earlier, but I'm going to show some footage now. What you're seeing is elephants trapped in these cages so that people can come up and look at them. You might think, what's different from this versus any other cage that the animals are in? They are walking around on concrete, which is very bad for the elephant's feet and legs. They don't have proper water sources, and they are often pacing around looking nervous or upset and distraught. All of these things kind of play key parts into the zoo losing their accreditation. There was even evidence that the Pittsburgh Zoo was importing elephants from Botswana, even though they don't have the rights to. You need licenses to import certain animals from different countries, and they didn't have the license. So finding all this out was kind of upsetting. Knowing that the zoo that I've been going to since I was a little kid is actually kind of unethical and doesn't treat the animals very well made me really upset, especially since it's elephants, which are my favorite animal of all time. So that brings up the question, are zoos ethical? And to answer that, I'd have to say it goes on a case-by-case basis. My whole life I've lived thinking that the Pittsburgh Zoo was fairly ethical and that it treated their animals pretty well. But to see the conditions that these animals are living in and to read these articles that point to the opposite, it's very concerning. And I guess what it boils down to is, I don't think you'll be seeing me at any zoos anytime soon. Or if you do, I'm going to do a lot of research into that specific zoo before I go. I want to make sure that the entrance fee that I'm paying to get into these zoos is going to the right reasons. Rather than the zoo spending that money on breeding, I would rather it go to conservation of wildlife or the care of the animals. So, I'd like to leave it there and ask you what your opinion is. What do you think about these zoos? Do you think they're ethical? Do you think they're unethical? I'm incredibly curious on your thoughts, so please leave a comment below on what you think about this whole video. And that's all I really have for you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out the Good Blessings gaming channel. The link for that will be in the description below. That's about it. Good blessings to you all. Peace, everybody.
I want to clean off. I said, that's whack. That's lame. And then, Angela Lee asked me what I was looking for in the scene, and I said, everybody black, and I named her, and Chance the Rapper, and Alicia Keys, the artist.